Like, I was just thinking about this. You know that feeling you get when you're trying to change yourself or change your behavior, personality, whatever? You always keep thinking, like, no one's gonna fall for this shit. Like, I'm not actually like this, obviously. I'm actually just XYZ. Like, who am I fooling, etc., etc. And I remember back in sixth grade, I used to feel like this all the fucking time because I used to act so fucking tough and mean and like I'm so above boys. I don't care about validation, blah 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 blah. And I used to feel like such a fraud because like that's not me, obviously. And even when I grew up, I used to think like, oh my god, that was so cringy. Like obviously, no one believed that. I even knew that that was not me, you know. But like now I'm thinking like, how do they know? Because technically you're pretending for everyone. Like even in some very hypothetical theoretical scenario where you actually showed your real personality to someone, they would still perceive it through their own mind, and their mind is a completely different place than yours. So even if theoretically you showed your real you to someone, they would still not be able to perceive you like how you perceive yourself. So I read about this thing called cognitive dissonance, right? And that's where I believe all of this stems from. Because your actions don't match your self concept. So, like, in my opinion, you can only feel authentic when your actions match your self concept. So, like, think about it in this way. Like, there's two sides to this, your actions and your self concept. So, like, your actions, they help others define who you are. Like, not define, like, see, understand who you are, believe who you are, maybe. And to an extent, also yourself. But your self concept, that's what actually helps you believe who you are. So, like, say you want to be a tough person, for example. Let's take the same example, right? So, if you start acting like a tough person to others, you do become that tough person. Which is so freaky because I remember I used to feel so fake and weird because that was so not me. But actually, like, who decides who I am? Like, for someone who didn't know what I was thinking, what else did they have to go off of except for my actions and my words? So basically, like, you can just change your actions and you will change, at least in the eyes of others. Like, literally, that's it. But the thing is, it won't solve how you view yourself. See, this cognitive dissonance thing comes in two ways. Like, either your actions don't match your self concept, or your self concept doesn't match your actions. So, like, you can change. So, what you're gonna do is you're gonna change one of these two. Like, I'm gonna take the same example. So, you're very sensitive and you've been trying to be more tough. One thing you could do is just change your actions. Like, I'm sensitive, so I'm gonna communicate that with others, and I'm gonna stay away from people that don't respect the fact that I get hurt easily. Or if you don't want that, you can change your self concept. And it doesn't have to be a change from I'm sensitive to I'm not sensitive. It can just be like I'm sensitive, yeah, but I don't show that to others. I'm sensitive in private. It's that easy because then if someone says something mean to you and you feel like crying but you don't, and you basically you put on a front and you like clap back at them or something, you won't feel like you put on a persona, because for you, like, that's actually so in character for you. Like, you are sensitive but you don't show that in front of other people. So that's exactly what you did. And all of this is so freaky to me because it's so simple. Like at the heart of it, it's that you yourself are not a static concept. So, like, you can change who you are like so fucking quick, like just like that. You can just be whoever the fuck you want to be, and that's such a freeing thing to realize. Like, that's amazing, actually.